When I met Jonathan Ruffer, he said, well, here's a piece of land and here's my vision. Let's create something by the people of the Northeast, for the people of the Northeast. Are you up for it? And I said yes. The specificity of Kynren and its DNA is actually to be entirely orchestrated by volunteers from the community. So it's an entire community coming together, producing something absolutely world-class, and in doing so, really reconnecting to the community spirit that is actually an undercurrent in County Durham, but also reconnecting to their roots. One of the success factors for this project was to have an immense group of people who had in their veins this pioneer spirit that has made the Northeast what it is. People who are willing to help us make it happen. And it's rare to be supported and to be helped that much. And that ability to say why not is true gold dust for a business. Well, Kynren means family generation. It's the same Anglo-Saxon word as kindred or next of kin. And actually it's been chosen for a reason, which is bringing people together, but it's also orchestrated by generations of people. So to the community, we give back an activity that actually is for all ages. We are really answering a demand that there is in the community for intergenerational activities, and it's quite magical. Every single person has taken away 1, 2, 3 more skills, and we've seen especially young people blossom in confidence to the point where their teachers are telling us they are a different person, and to have inspired a new generation like this is really tremendous. The council and the local authority is actually an enabler, and what we've experienced is that if they can help us make it happen, they will. That function of enabler is really something we've enjoyed all along. Positivity is one thing that from as an external person coming to the county, I've witnessed a change towards more and more positivity, and positivity is contagious. It's like electricity. So the more you have it, the more it spreads, and it creates something huge. And that's what we see going on right now.